And good morning, Your Excellencies, dear friends and esteemed guests from around the world. Welcome to ABLF City, the virtual venue of the Asian Business Leadership Forum for 2020. I'm absolutely delighted you're here. I'm Eithne Treanor, and today is the launch of ABLF Talks Live. So just a little background, I've been very closely associated with the ABLF since 2015 indeed, and I'm really delighted to be able to host today's virtual event. ABLF Talks from the ABLF City, and we're absolutely thrilled that you've taken the time to join us as well. So of course we do want you to be interactive today and to make sure that you stay in touch with us, because this is the new permanent home, the new venue for the ABLF series. Now, I've been spending some time having a look around this very exciting and extremely innovative environment, and I want you to make sure you become familiar with it and indeed all the unique facilities that will support this platform really for global and regional business activities. So just have a look around and familiarize yourself, because ABLF City is more than just an impressive venue, I can tell you. It can actually accommodate large plenaries up to 200,000 people. We can hold forums hosting up to 300 guests. And we can also facilitate, of course, one-on-one confidential investor meetings. The ABLF City also features a networking lounge, and we have a Partners Expo where we can offer spaces like pavilions and indeed stunning kiosks, really areas where you can share product and service information to bring you all closer to the audience and closer to your customers. And that's absolutely essential for any virtual city, but this one, of course, very special. Let's examine ABLF Talks, and really when we think about it, the role and influence of future-focused leadership is absolutely central now to get the world economy back on track. The pandemic of this year has caused chaos and indeed much uncertainty in the world, and has impacted our business lives and indeed our personal lives every day. We're all familiar with the outcome of this. Now, in October 2020, of course, the ABLF presents this prestigious leadership series on a virtual platform for the first time. And really, this is to help enable the global recovery through powerful conversations and partnerships and collaboration. Over the years, of course, the ABLF has always been extremely innovative. We've introduced new formats, and indeed we've pivoted the platform many times to keep up with the times. And so we're very happy to be with you virtually today. So first, here's a quick video of what the ABLF has achieved in 2000.
We live in an interconnected world where borders diminish every single day, where leaders rely on dialogue to build a strong global infrastructure, where growth depends on the relationships we make and the knowledge we exchange, where the values of compassion and tolerance mean more than ever before.
It's not about sort of men versus women, it's simply about the progressive world versus the non-progressive world.
The Asian Business Leadership Forum, where great leaders step up to make a difference through their stories.
If we had to find one magic bullet to transform societies, it's a two-word mantra: educate girls.
Live the leadership stories with ABLF.
The need for developing partnerships, the need to really look at a win-win type of solution.
Stories that are infused with empathy and compassion. Stories that push the boundaries of innovation and the future. Stories that ignite a passion to create your own legacy. In 2019, Asia's thought leaders, innovators, stalwarts, visionaries, and experts come together at the ABLF. Join the ABLF leaders across 3 unique formats: ABLF Awards, ABLF Talks, ABLF Special Edition Magazine. Engage policymakers, access global investors, discover new frontiers. Experience the ABLF. For more information, Visit ABLF.com.
So indeed, as you can see, we're very, very proud of the achievements of ABLF. And when we think about, the situation at the moment, and as the pandemic continues on this very uncertain journey, the world is changing, communities are focused on survival, and it's absolutely essential that they reinvent their economic base and really prepare for what looks like a tough, long road that's still ahead. It really calls for a time for powerful, relevant, and accountable leadership. And it is a time when leaderships, they must pave the path to recovery. And of course, here at the ABLF Talks Live, the narrative rallies around just that. We need to focus on disruption, determination, and indeed the commitment to find innovation solutions. And we need to adapt and to pivot to the new ecosystem that has emerged in the wake of this pandemic. The crisis is driving our collective attention to the inconsistencies and indeed the frailties of the world. Also, at the same time, it's opening our eyes to new competitive threats, perhaps, but also to unexpected opportunities. Let's just take a look.
We are living in unprecedented times that call for unparalleled action. In an age of great global challenges, the need to strategize, pivot, and collaborate is more important now than ever before. It is time. Time to respond to the world in distress. Time to help millions adapt to the new normal. Time to mentor, advise, and empower. Time to rebuild. In 2020, the ABLF brings you expert conversations with contemporary leaders of Asia, global influencers who inspire growth and development, policy architects who ensure progress and governance, MNC professionals who drive market trends, business icons who build legacies, philanthropists who pilot positive change, innovators who disrupt the norm and break glass ceilings, finance gurus and economists who advise and guide companies and nations to adapt in a transforming world. In a series of virtual theme-based live discussions that bring Asia together on a global stage. This October, the Asian Business Leadership Forum returns with ABLF Talks Live. Join us as 33 nations of Asia engage in purpose-driven dialogues that seek to support the recovery of the Asian economy in 6 relevant conversations of consequence on the long road to economic stability. Rethinking globalization, the new future. The UN SDGs, a greater urgency with higher stakes. The crisis, a catalyst for a tech-led future. Fast-tracking financial inclusion for the digital economy. A time for resilient leadership. Stay tuned for more. #ABLF Talks Live.
And indeed, we have many, many conversations of consequence that we're going to be bringing to you today. And of course, it's important for us to discuss the future of this decade. Here we are, 2020. And this brings me indeed to the theme, business, infrastructure, and the economy. And of course, all of these areas have been impacted with in-person events. They're now on hold. Events across government, business, finance, education, healthcare, trade, and every major sector we've been forced to adapt and to move to this virtual hybrid model. And indeed, that's good. We're all adapting very swiftly and we're quite enjoying being here. Of course, here at ABLF Live, the solution presented by Smart Idea Virtual Events Platform, this really offers a technology-aided alternative to in-person events. And it's working well, of course, at this time, particularly of the pandemic. And indeed, it will build the basis for the hybrid events of the future. Why wouldn't we? Smart Idea, the digital arm of the UAE-based firm Idea, provides a sort of an interactive, more interactive actually, virtual events platform that delivers the worthwhile user experience. And we present the interface that's actually going to stimulate a real life environment of an in-person event and enhances the networking aspect of the virtual event. And of course, all of this possible by cutting edge technology. So familiarize yourself with our wonderful ABLF City. You can really see how you can move around and be in different areas and get the very most information for your advantage. Now, Smart Idea, of course, offers a customized solution to major global events by government entities, corporations, and institutions. And this is what we're going to see at ABLF City today. And later in the week, I'm going to be setting up a chat with Meghna Manon, and of course, she's the CEO, and McLean Cornelio, he's the COO of Smart Idea Platform. But before that, let's just take a quick look.
For 25 years, IDEA has facilitated and supported the largest and most impact-driven conferences, forums and summits in the MENA region. In 2020, governments are battling to keep their people safe from a pandemic that threatens our future. And the great cities of the world are silent, and nations face a decline in economic activity, taking a massive toll on human livelihood. IDEA, as one of the MENA region's leading business ideation and facilitation firms, is launching a new digital arm, entering the global arena of interactive virtual events with Smart Idea, fast-tracking digital transformation and disrupting the event arena. An innovative and exciting unified platform for quality virtual conferences and networking events, offering experiential simulations of in-person events from the comfort of your screen. Backed by 25 years of credibility in the MENA region, powered by leading-edge technology and innovative design, the future of events is virtual, and Smart Idea is leading the future.
And of course, here at ABLF, the leadership platform that was established in 2007 under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Mabarak Al Nahayan. And we're absolutely always delighted to have him, and we're going to hear from him in just a few minutes. This ABLF Live and all of the ABLF series under the partnership of the UAE Ministry of Economy. Now, when we talk about the ABLF vision, it was really designed as a UAE-based leadership platform and designed to serve as a catalyst for the sustainable socio-economic empowerment of Asian nations. And we do that, of course, by promoting the spirit of innovation and leadership and entrepreneurship and sustainable business while facilitating network, partnership, and collaborative opportunities. The ABLF mission is really to promote the economic, business, and social narratives of Asian nations and to engage the great Asian business opportunity on a global scale. And we'll do that through government, public, private, and indeed social sector channels. Now, I was able to speak just a little while ago to Melanie Menon, one of the busiest ladies around, of course, having herself and the team put this together. She's the co-founder of the ABLF Forum. And just before we began, we had an interesting session on the transition to the ABLF Talks Live and what this is going to mean for the future. So that video will be online and in the media room where you can watch it, along with many, many other great stories about ABLF. So we're here today. It's a very, very proud moment as we launch the 13th edition of the ABLF as a virtual event, the ABLF Talks Live. And of course, this is just the first one. The virtual series will roll out as a 6-month season starting today. And of course, the theme for this, innovative strategies for a decade of challenges. So 2020 to 2030, I think it will indeed be a decade of challenges, but hopefully many, many opportunities to come our way. We have to think about what will the world look like post-COVID-19? What are the challenges that we're going to face in the rising decade? And indeed, could they be extreme versions of what's going on already? At the beginning of this very critical decade, the ABLF Talks Live is really looking to bring about a fundamental change. And the way we're going to do that through the power of collective discourse that we all hope and we trust that will lead to action. So on this note, we begin ABLF Talks Live, and I'm very, very honored to introduce to you the opening address by His Highness Sheikh Mabarak Al Nahayan. He is, of course, the Cabinet Minister and the Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence here in the UAE. He joins us from the Zayed Congress Center here at ABLF City. We're delighted and I'm very, very honored to have him here with us. So, Your Highness, welcome to the ABLF Talks Live.